Some time ago I showed you how to upgrade the interior of a pre-facelift CLK 209 to that of a facelift one, which is what we have now right here. But what was left is to also upgrade the wood trim on either door. So this is what I will be showing you in this video now, basically upgrading the door trim to this nice matching wood grain trim that we have here. In order to put the new wood grain trim, we will need to remove the door paneling on either side. And the first step in doing that successfully without breaking anything is to take the key, put it in ignition 2 and lower the front windows on either side. I will take the key and do that right now and get back to you. With the windows lowered down, what we have to do is there are 3 bolts, 1, 2 and 3. The third one on mine is missing, but there should be 3 bolts. There are T20s, remove those. This will allow this metal piece to fall off, and also there is another bolt that we need to remove, this one right here, which has the latch cover, the plastic cover. We will need to remove that as well. I'll quickly take the bolts out and I will show you what we need to do next. With the top bolts removed, these are actually T15, they're not T20, T15. Just slide this piece left and take it out. And also this one was a T20. This just goes to the back. Just slide it to the back and it will fall off as well. Now what you need to do is there is a bolt underneath this cover where the door handle is, and also one underneath the SRS cover. So I'll pop the cover, pop this plastic piece right here as well, and I will be taking the bolts out. The bolts are now removed, this one right there and this one underneath the grab handle. These bolts are T30 bolts. Now before we go ahead and start pulling on the trim, what we need to do is remove this plastic piece over the speaker. So you just pry it out, and here is a small tweeter. You rotate this tweeter counterclockwise or just pry out the tabs. Either way it will work, like what I'm doing right now, and just remove the plastic out of the way. You can put the tweeter like this so it doesn't dangle, and now we'll start prying out the door cover. We'll always start from the bottom back part and moving down, around and up. Please keep in mind that the door cover, so that the door interior trim is connected to a rubber lining here on the top, which is very sturdy and it is very difficult to take from it. I will show you what we'll do in that case, because mine will get stuck for sure as well. So yeah, just start working around the bottom part and the sides, take the clips out, and I will show you what to do next with when it comes down to the top part. Now, as you can see, the interior door panel is loose from all sides except the top. Like I told you, that's the hardest part on these cars. Because basically you grab it here by the handle, you start pushing it up, up until it releases. But like I said, if you take a look in here, this rubber molding is actually stuck to the door panel, and it shouldn't, but it always happens. So just leave it like this, and we will try and get it unstuck from the back. If you don't want to deal with that and you're simply doing something small, you underneath the door paneling, you don't actually need to remove it, but please keep in mind that it is connected here in the back, and if you let it dangle, the rubber will break there, as you can see. So I will go ahead and actually remove the rubber molding here, instead of risking damaging the rubber, and have the door not sealing properly afterwards. So this is the rubber molding that I was telling you about. I did manage to release it from the door paneling, and I will go ahead and put it back in the way it was here. So now we had the door panel right there. I will first put in the rubber piece the way it was before, and then I will show you how we are going to proceed with removing the bottom trim right there. So here is the door panel. One more thing that I forgot to tell you in the beginning of the video: there is a dome light here underneath. This is the bottom side of the trim right there, and there it also has an electrical connection. So when you have the door trim in this position, right there is where that light sits. Just pry it out with a screwdriver, knife, whatever, plastic pry tool, and remove the electrical connection before you start pulling on the paneling, otherwise you will damage it, and you have a lot more work to do than you should. Now, as you can see, my panel looks a little bit different than that of most. As you can see, there are tons of screws all the way around. This is because I had the leather paneling, the leather part, so this part and this removed in the past, where I redid them and painted them also in black. The original color, as you can see, this used to be a designer interior for the C209, so for the Coupe 209, and it was in German Mystique Rot, meaning mystical red. So what I will do now is remove these little metal rings around each tab that hold the trim, and I will get back to you with the trim removed. So here are these metal retainers. They're always a pain to remove, no matter where they are, but I did manage to take them out, and now it's as simple as pushing the trim from the back side, as you can see now. Just push it out. I think it's stuck a little bit here, yeah, right here. It's still a bit stuck, and now the trim is removed. Here is the old trim, and we will be putting on the nice new trim in just a second. Before we do that though, I also want to refinish this trim. Unfortunately, I don't have a wood grain trim with the same pattern that I got for the rest of the car. The seller didn't have these, they were badly damaged, so he chose not to send me those. What I will be doing here though is I will probably wrap them or maybe plasti dip. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I'll see what materials I have upstairs, but I will move on to removing the other door panel, so the driver's side door panel, and bringing it to this stage where the piece of trim is removed. At that point I will come back to you and I will show you the progress and how to put everything back in. So this is how the door panel looks now with the new trim. It is installed. It's a little dirty here on the top, but I'll get that cleaned. I also plasti dipped these front trim pieces in a nice pearl black color. Looks really good in person. And I will now move towards finishing the other door panel, and I'll show you when it gets time to put everything back in the car. The trim is now also installed on the other door panel, I have also taken the time to redo all of the broken plastic clips here on the back. Quite a few of them were gone from multiple removal and installation of these trims, so it's a great time to actually put in new plastic clips. Now I'm going to go ahead and install both of these back in the car. If I encounter any difficulties or something that might be of use to you, which was different from the installation, from the removal process, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll show you the end result when everything's buttoned up. One more thing, when you are assembling or disassembling the door panel, there is this little hook. It hooks right here. This guy. This is for the door latch. So when you have to put it in or remove it, you basically pull on the cable itself. The hook will stay at one place, and this will allow you to take it out of this plastic housing right here. So just pull on the rubber part of this until you have cleared the housing, then pull it up and unhook it from here. When you put it in or out, it must be done, otherwise the door latch won't work anymore. Also, when you go ahead and assemble everything, don't forget to feed the little cable for the dome light right here where it's supposed to go. This is the controls for the windows. There is also another switch which always falls down, the one for the trunk release. How this goes into in place is basically you put in the switch, so everything is right here, and then you have these little pegs on either side. You line it up and you just push here on the top down. This will lock it. If you want to remove it, when it's attached to the panel right here, just pull this clip. So basically it goes up and down, as you can see from on these little things there. It just goes up and down. You just pull it out to get it out, push this in order to secure it in place. To show you one more time what I mean. So now, as you can see, it is latched. If I pull on this up, this unlatches it and allows the buttons to come out. If I push it in, it latches it in. The same mechanism is on the passenger side, where you only have one window though. So since it's getting dark, I'm going to proceed and put everything back in so that I can show you the end result. As you can see, it's a new day. I did manage to finish everything yesterday, but it got too late and I will really want to show you the end result in daylight because it looks just insane. So here is the new door trim with a nice dark wood finish, just like in the center console. And as I didn't have any of that same trim for around the window switches on either side, I just painted those with some plastic dip in this nice black pearl color. See here on this side as well. Open the door and show you in broad daylight how it looks. It just looks marvelous. Okay, so if you've got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content from this CLK W209 or from my other ML. Thanks guys, thanks for watching.